This is the future.
Today is November 1st, 2024. It is 5:48 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 was on Up Your Team Sussex. I talk about the documentary Failure. What did they call it? Abject of Failure documentary of William, and some politics at the beginning and stuff like that. So I went through them really quickly. So in this video, I have about 8 tweets. I didn't want to put them on the other video because they are more lighthearted and they are about Harry and Meghan. So I wanted to put them over here. So I have about 8 tweets to share with you. All right. So let's look at the background for this channel and then go on Twitter. 4,003 subscribers. If there are any subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. $33.09. Analytics. Okay. Oh wow, 99 views in the last 48 hours. When was this video? What was it? This one. It says 291. When did I have it out? Where is it? This one, the 29. Okay, so that's different. Couple of days ago. So I have this coming up later today. All right, but let's go on Twitter. Let me pause for a second. Something just happened. Okay, so but anyway, this is the first tweet. Magnificent picture. Please pause and absorb how this visual is so absolutely powerful. Awesome photo of Prince Harry and full discussion via VTC about the Invictus game at the round table of NATO headquarters. The big leagues, service is universal, we are Invictus. Yeah, it is. Wow. These are powerful people. NATO. Talking to him. Especially with the wars that's going on. How they could help those soldiers. This is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, let's see some of the comments. Oh, not much comment. Prince Harry is global statesman. This image convey power. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It does. That's a very powerful tweet, but yeah, it has a lot of like, but not too many comments. So let's go to the next tweet. And I think it's making reference to NATO as well. Okay, this is Warrior Sutter. The We Are Invictus meeting with NATO leaders is part of an ongoing collaboration following Admiral Bauer participation in a service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral in May 2024. I was talking about it, was it in this video? Or on my last video? Probably my last video, where I was talking about in terms of timing, where Harry is a very busy person, and I went on to explain the speeches he did in September, all right, and then had to go to the UK, World Child, and then fly to Africa for Santa Bali, and then South Africa. I mean, I know the continent is Africa, okay, for Santa Bali, 2 locations in Africa, Lesotho, and I think it was Lesotho and South Africa. So he was very busy around this time. So I think during the 10-year anniversary when they met, I have a picture of that, they probably set up something. And Harry probably was like, I'm going to be very busy in September. I have a couple things set up, this and that, and they make it work. All right, because this is after Santa Bali, after everything else. And he had couple weeks after Santa Bali to regroup himself, gather himself, put things together. I'm sure he probably was setting things up. Yeah, well, maybe not. I don't know. This is a lot of work, to be prepared for this huge meeting from that last picture. All right, but let's start all over. The We Are Invictus meeting with NATO leaders is part of an ongoing collaboration following Admiral Bauer's participation in a service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral in May 2024. Marking another step toward broader global support and advocacy for recovery and resilience. Okay, so that was very nice caption from Warrior Sutter, who retweeted Invictus. So there's no comment. Let's go into that. There's another section of the image. Okay, this is Invictus Games Foundation. Yesterday, the Invictus Games Foundation was given the opportunity to brief NATO's military committee at NATO headquarters on our dedication to supporting international wounded, injured, and sick service members and veterans through sport. I am here. Okay, Is that an article? Yeah, that's an article. I didn't expect that. Okay, so let's see here. The link will be in the description. The Invictus Game Foundation briefed NATO Military Committee on our dedication to the international wounded injured service community. Okay, on October 30th, 2024, representative of the Invictus Game Foundation briefed NATO's military committee at NATO headquarters on our dedication to supporting international wounded, injured, and sick service members and veterans through sports. We were also joined via a video conference call with our patron, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and along with CEO Dominic Reid, OBE, Chairman Lord Allen, and Deputy CEO Richard Smith, CBE. We outlined the Invictus Games Foundation's mission of recovery through sports and adventures, building a global network that celebrates resilience. Our discussion with NATO leaders led by Admiral Rob Bauer, okay, that's the gentleman he met during the 10-year anniversary in London, at St. Paul's Chapel, I should say, in London too, was an opportunity to deepen collaboration and emphasize our shared commitment to recovery and rehabilitation of those injured during service. Admiral Bauer voiced his support, acknowledging the profound impact of our work and how it aligned with NATO's value, reaching far beyond the Invictus Games to change lives and save lives. Our meeting is part of ongoing collaboration with NATO following Admiral Bauer's participation in a service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral in May 2024, marking another step in our journey toward broader global support and advocacy for recovery and resilience. We were also joined at the NATO headquarters by Connie Wenting, CEO of the Invictus Games, The Hague 2020, and current members of the Board of Trustees for the Foundation, and CDMR, Wendy Doristen, Head of Human Factors Research Group from the Dutch National Police and Department of Defense, who has conducted research on the importance of families to the recovery process for wounded service members. When I first read this, it was on our Part of Pew Service channel. I actually need to put this on my community board for them. Is that I said, Scotty Little Soldiers, I would not be surprised. I don't know, in a couple months, maybe a year or so, we might see them get involved in this process as well, because Harry is the global ambassador. Harry is very, how will I say, visual, futuristic type of things. And he knows family is part of the recovery process. So right now, I think the Invictus Foundation is trying to establish themselves with NATO. And then once they get settled down with NATO and NATO understand the process and everything like that, and then now they could bring Scotty Little Soldiers, I think. So if she watch my channel, or if anybody knows of who watch my channel or know of her, she'll start letting her know. Be prepared. You know, when push come to shove, the same kind of meeting that Harry has, I'm sure it will be for her in the future. So she should start preparing her goal, because now it's now globally, because Harry is the global ambassador for Scotty Little Soldier. So I will not be surprised sooner or later, once Invictus Game is settled with NATO, and then Harry will bring Scotty Little Soldier along, and to be recognized by NATO as well, and then to make it work. So she needs to be prepared. Start preparing her speech, her goal, her vision for a global community. Because before it was just the UK family members. So now to make it globally, she needs to start thinking broader, larger. Okay, so start telling her that. And I'm sure she knows what's going on with Harry right now. And who knows, maybe Harry's already giving her a little few pointers and probably advisors to help her as well to be really focused. Alright, so that's my humble opinion. I am nowhere near any of these level of these guys, but I could see this happening because Harry is the type who like to bring people along. So she better be prepared and start setting goal for Scotty Little Soldiers. She probably already did, because now Harry is the global ambassador for it. All right, let's read some of the comments. Thank you for your dedication and relentless commitment to this great cause. IG keeps soaring. That's an ad. Invictus game have come so far. Wow. Okay, Prince Harry at NATO. There's the heart here. Your work is very important for veterans and their families. There's the part here. I'm thinking in the future, you cannot, I feel like you cannot say Invictus without not saying Scotty Little Soldiers. It will be like one of those goes hand in hand. So Heavy Invictus and Scotty Little Soldiers will be like hand in glove kind of thing, because it involved the family. So Harry is taking one branch of, the person who were at war, and then help them, to reconnect with family, and then the family come along and all of that. So I could see the connection. But anyway, it is important that the world military community take good care of veterans after their service. I'm glad you were able to reach NATO. Okay, Invictus spirit. And also the other thing that I'm thinking right now with US election, if we do not be careful, they're gonna use our military in a way where this guy, I could see he get paid, and then our young men and women go do the dirty job for him. I don't know. I'm not saying he's gonna do it, but that's the mindset that I see. I could be 1,000,000% wrong. Again, this is my opinion. Let me read some of these here. Hopefully, the NATO and United Nations UN will invest financially on the Invictus game. Go Invictus. Good job. I think it's one step at a time. One step at a time. So NATO is knowing. In one of the speech that Harry did, I think it was during the 10-year anniversary, where he said he wished Invictus then exists. But with our environment right now, with war is going on left and right, Invictus is going to be needed, unfortunately. Okay, if there was no war, we would not need Invictus. But unfortunately, there are. People are creating conflict, unnecessary conflict. So we're going to need Invictus to help those soldiers. Okay, good job. Glad to see Invictus is being recognized at the highest level. Keep up the great work you are doing for veterans the world over. The Invictus impact can be felt internationally. All right, so this part should have been on our part of view service. Okay, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to start. When I come back, I'm going to start the new tweet, because I need to wake up my son. It is 6 o'clock. All right, so let's continue. Not NATO, Canada, reposting Prince Harry. Okay, NATO at Canada. Okay, Canada at NATO. I'm reading it backward. Canada at NATO. Unconquerable soul indeed. Canada is honored to host the next Invictus game in Vancouver and Whistler, British Columbia on February 8 to 16. Mark your calendar and look forward to the first ever games to include adaptive winter sports. Invictus game demonstrate the unconquerable soul of veterans. We are Invictus, brief NATO on the role of Invictus and supporting wounded. Okay, so they retweeted that. That was it. No comment. Well, she blacked her comment. There's 66 retweet. Let's go to the next tweet. That was quick. Next one. This is another one regarding Invictus, and I think that will be the last one regarding Invictus, and then we're gonna move to other lighter thing. Maybe I'll put this on our part of Pew Service. That's what I'll do, because all of this is focusing on NATO. Okay, this is what life is about. Prince Harry shake hands with 102-year-old World War II veteran Norm Baker, day 6 of the Invictus game, Toronto 2017. Very interesting. Okay. This is what Harry enjoyed doing. I'm thinking of when there's an interview he did while he was, I think, the second Invictus, when it was in Florida. where he said this is what he enjoyed doing, go behind the scene, hang out with the people. So he enjoyed all of that. That's what came to mind when I see this image behind the scene.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
There's all of that. Wow. Time is something. Time is something. The other day I was watching something, or was it on Twitter? This person was 104 or something like that, I think she was. And I think she had to do with casting her vote for Kamala Harris or something like that. And I was like, wow, what a huge difference. It's because when President Obama was first elected, 2009, I think, or 2008, it was maybe 14 or 15 years ago. She was probably in her 80s. And then years later, 104. Wow. But anyway, that's minor. Let's see. Any comment? There's no comment. Okay. So I'm done with NATO. These are the 4 tweets that I had regarding NATO. Now we are here. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut these to put on our part of Pew Service and then focus this on PYTE only. These tweets on PYTE. I'll see when I'm editing.
Evolution. This is the future. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility.
We're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
Today is April 6, 2023. It is 2:44 p.m. So I have a little bit of time, and I thought, let me get this initial video out. Whenever I have time, I'll record. So this is the first video for this channel. Well, I should say second video, because I did like an introduction in terms of what this channel will be focusing on, more in terms of background of Harry and Meghan kind of thing, and things that they have said in the past. So I decided to create this channel to focus mostly on their charitable work. I don't know which direction I'm gonna go with it, but it will be definitely focused on their charitable work. So I thought, since I have the time, let me go over their website to give a basic idea of where they're coming from. And I was looking at their website before I started recording. One of the things I was thinking of doing was to highlight each of these organizations they have helped or they're part of. Then I said, let me just go over their webpage and then go over the impact report. And then maybe another video, I'll do a review of the organization